Ever wondered why some people seem to live longer, healthier lives? It's often less about luck or genetics than we might think, and more about the small, everyday choices that shape our lives. In fact, some of the habits we assume are harmless could actually be silently cutting our years short. They say the way we start our day sets the tone for everything that follows, but what if some of our morning routines are doing us more harm than good? Today, let's take a closer look at 4 common morning habits that could be undermining our health without us even realizing it. You'll want to stick around, because the last one may just surprise you. If you're enjoying this so far, hit that like button and drop a 1 in the comments if this resonates with you, or a 0 if not. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. Habit 1. Skipping water in the morning. One of the easiest habits to fall into is skipping water when we wake up. For so many of us, the day doesn't feel like it truly begins until we've had that first sip of coffee. But when we reach for caffeine instead of water, we're neglecting what our body really needs. After a full night of sleep, we're in a dehydrated state, and that missing water has real effects on our health and energy. As we age, the impact of this habit only deepens, leaving us vulnerable to fatigue, sluggish digestion, and even heart concerns over time. Think of the body as an engine that's been idling all night. Hours without water leave it running low, in need of fluids to support basic functions and essential repair work. Throughout the night, our bodies are hard at work, healing tissues, filtering toxins, and preparing us for the day ahead. But all of these processes rely on hydration, and by morning, we're already running on empty. Reaching for coffee before water only compounds the issue. Caffeine, a natural diuretic, increases fluid loss, intensifying our body's need for hydration. So, skipping that morning glass of water leaves us more dehydrated and makes it harder for our systems to run smoothly. Dehydration affects nearly every part of our health. From brain fog and digestive slowdowns to cardiovascular stress, even mild dehydration takes a toll. In fact, studies show that drinking water first thing in the morning helps thin the blood, supporting heart health and lowering risks for conditions like heart attacks and strokes. This habit becomes increasingly crucial with age, as our bodies naturally lose efficiency in regulating fluid balance. The solution is surprisingly simple. Keep a glass of water by the bed and drink it right when you wake up. Before we even think of coffee, this quick hydration jumpstarts our metabolism, helps flush out toxins, and gives us a boost in focus and alertness. So, tomorrow morning, let's try it. 1 glass of water before anything else. We might be surprised at how much better we feel, ready to take on the day with greater clarity and energy. Habit 2. Skipping breakfast. How often do we rush out the door, telling ourselves we'll grab breakfast later, only to find we skip it altogether? It's easy to think skipping breakfast isn't a big deal, but this habit carries long-term consequences, especially as we age. Breakfast is aptly named. It breaks the body's overnight fast. After 7 to 8 hours without food, our energy reserves are low and blood sugar levels are at their lowest point. When we skip breakfast, we're depriving our body of the essential fuel it needs to function, impacting metabolism, mood, focus, and overall health. As the hours pass without food, our body struggles to keep up. Skipping breakfast regularly can lead to a cascade of health problems, including slowed metabolism, weight gain, fatigue, and even cognitive decline. Our brains depend on a steady supply of glucose, and skipping that morning meal can result in sluggish thinking, poor memory, and irritability. Over time, skipping breakfast can also increase our risk of insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. What does our body crave in the morning? It needs a balanced blend of protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates to restore energy levels and kickstart metabolism. Without these nutrients, hunger is likely to catch up with us later, often leading to overeating or reaching for quick, unhealthy snacks. Studies reveal that people who skip breakfast regularly tend to consume more calories throughout the day and struggle more with maintaining a healthy weight. Worse, skipping breakfast has been linked to increased risks of heart disease, particularly among older adults. The good news? There are easy ways to build a breakfast habit that fuels the day ahead. If we're not hungry first thing in the morning, starting with something small can make a big difference. A handful of nuts, a slice of whole grain toast, or a spoonful of yogurt provides a gentle wake-up for the body. For those who prefer a heartier start, a balanced breakfast with protein, whole grains, and healthy fats offers sustained energy. Think of eggs with avocado, oatmeal topped with fresh berries, or a slice of whole grain toast with almond butter. One important tip: choose foods that deliver lasting energy. A sugary pastry or bowl of processed cereal might give a quick boost, but won't keep us fueled for long. Instead, opting for nutrient-dense options can support focus, vitality, and a steady mood throughout the day. We might even find we're less likely to reach for sugary or carb-heavy snacks later on. Here are 5 strategies to help us avoid skipping breakfast and establish a healthy morning routine. 1. Hydrate first thing. Time to practice, upon waking up. Why? Drinking water in the morning can help stimulate appetite and prepare the digestive system for food. How? Keep a glass of water by the bedside and drink it as soon as we wake up. This simple act can kickstart our metabolism and make us feel more energized, increasing our desire for breakfast. 2. Incorporate breakfast into family time. Time to practice, every morning. Why? Sharing breakfast with family or friends can make it a more enjoyable and motivating experience. How? Schedule time for a family breakfast each morning, even if it's just a few minutes. Cooking and eating together fosters connection and accountability, making it less likely we'll skip this important meal. 3. Create a breakfast menu. Time to practice, weekly planning sessions. Why? Having a planned menu can simplify breakfast choices and make mornings more efficient. How? Dedicate some time each week to create a breakfast menu that includes a variety of options. Rotate through different meals to keep things interesting and prevent breakfast fatigue. Knowing what to prepare can eliminate decision fatigue in the morning. 4. Set reminders or alarms. Time to practice, each morning. Why? Alarms can serve as gentle nudges to remind us to take time for breakfast, especially on busy mornings. How? Set a morning alarm or reminder on our phone that specifically prompts us to eat breakfast. This can be a helpful cue that reinforces the importance of not skipping this meal. 5. Practice mindful eating. Time to practice, every breakfast. Why? Focusing on the act of eating can enhance the experience and encourage us to savor our meal, making us less likely to skip it. How? Dedicate a few minutes to eat breakfast without distractions. Turn off the TV and put away our phones. Engage fully with the flavors and textures of our food. This mindfulness can create a more satisfying experience, encouraging us to make breakfast a priority. What's a breakfast that works best for you? Are you open to making breakfast a habit? Small changes can yield big benefits. By committing to a healthy morning meal, we're setting ourselves up for a day that's energized, balanced, and focused. Habit 3. The pitfall of waking up too abruptly ****. Picture this. The alarm blares, and before we know it, we're up and moving, rushing to start the day. It feels productive, like we're making the most of every second. But this sudden jolt from deep sleep can actually strain our bodies more than we might realize. When we sleep, our bodies enter a state of calm. Heart rates drop, blood pressure lowers, and our breathing steadies. This restful state isn't just comforting, it's vital for our health, allowing our systems to reset and repair overnight. But jumping straight out of bed interrupts this carefully balanced state, creating a shock to the system. Abruptly sitting up or leaping from bed forces our heart to work harder, instantly boosting blood flow to adjust to a standing position. This sudden demand is a strain, especially for those with heart conditions or circulatory issues. Research shows that blood pressure is at its lowest during sleep, allowing the heart and blood vessels to rest. When we wake up too quickly, the body has to compensate rapidly, leading to spikes in blood pressure and heart rate. For older adults or those with cardiovascular issues, this swift change can be risky, potentially triggering complications like heart palpitations or dizziness. But even if we're generally healthy, this sudden transition puts unnecessary pressure on our system every morning. Over time, this habit can contribute to gradual wear on the heart, impacting overall health. Instead, we can take a more mindful approach to waking up, one that lets the body adjust naturally and supports our long-term well-being. So, how can we shift this habit? The first few moments after waking are ideal for a gentle transition. Rather than jumping out of bed, we can take a few deep breaths, allowing our bodies a gradual return to full wakefulness. Remaining in bed for just a minute, stretching our arms and legs gently, can boost blood flow without causing strain. Once we're fully upright, a glass of water can help rehydrate us, aiding the body's natural wake-up process and kickstarting our metabolism. Consider how you typically begin your day. Do you leap up immediately, or do you allow a few minutes to ease into the morning? Share your thoughts below, and let's see if this simple change might make a difference in your morning routine. Let us tell you a story about John's morning realization. John's alarm blared at 5:45 a.m. He was used to it by now. The piercing sound jolted him awake like a fire drill, and without a second thought, he shot out of bed, determined to get a head start on his day. He was a busy man, morning workouts, a long commute, work meetings lined up back to back. Every minute counted, but his body seemed to disagree. The instant John stood up, his head spun. The room blurred, his stomach turned, and he had to grip the bed frame to steady himself. His heart raced as though he'd just sprinted up a flight of stairs. This had been happening more often recently, and it took him several deep breaths to steady his vision and slow his heart. But John didn't think much of it. He was young, healthy, and didn't have time to worry over a little morning dizziness. Still, a part of him wondered. He'd heard friends mention similar symptoms and thought it might just be from not drinking enough water or not getting enough sleep. But one morning, while grabbing coffee with an old friend, he brought it up. His friend was a nurse and listened thoughtfully. She explained how the body enters a deep state of rest during sleep. Heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing all slow down to let the body heal and reset. Waking up too quickly shocks the system. The heart suddenly has to pump harder to adjust, and blood has to rush from his legs to his brain, all within seconds. The idea stuck with him. Maybe his morning rush wasn't as harmless as he'd thought. The next day, John tried something new. When his alarm went off, he resisted the urge to jump up. Instead, he lay there, letting the sound fade. He took a deep breath and felt the rhythm of his own heartbeat, steady and calm. His body felt warm and heavy, like it was easing into the day instead of leaping into it. After a minute, he sat up slowly, letting his feet dangle off the edge of the bed. He took another breath, stretched his arms out wide, and finally stood up. This time, no dizziness, no heart racing, just a calm, steady start. Over the next few mornings, John realized just how much this small change mattered. He no longer felt that sudden, panicked rush as he'd make his way to the bathroom. His mornings felt less chaotic, his workouts smoother, and his commute, even in traffic, didn't seem as draining. The whole day had a different rhythm, like it was carrying the peace of those first few minutes. A month later, John couldn't imagine his old routine. The morning rush had felt productive, but it was costing him more than he'd realized. Now, his morning had a quiet strength, and he carried that calm with him. For John, this wasn't just a habit change. It was a lesson in listening to his body, starting every day with intention and patience. And in the end, those extra moments turned out to be the most valuable of all. Habit 4. Pushing too hard right after waking up ***. Exercise is vital for our health. It's how we keep our bodies strong, flexible, and resilient as we age. But jumping into intense exercise right after waking up can be more harmful than helpful. Our bodies need a moment to transition from rest to activity. When we first wake, we're still in a recovery mode. Muscles are tight, blood flow is slower, and our heart rate remains low. Going straight into a vigorous workout can be risky. It strains muscles, challenges the heart too quickly, and can even cause dizziness or fainting. This risk is higher if we have any heart concerns. Starting with intense exercise places sudden pressure on our cardiovascular system, and without easing into it, this can lead to serious complications. Our blood pressure rises sharply, and the sudden demand on our heart can become dangerous. Even for those of us without heart issues, pushing hard too soon increases the risk of muscle strains and joint injuries. Our bodies shift gears as we rest. During sleep, our body temperature drops and muscles relax deeply. This means that when we wake, our muscles and joints are less flexible and ready for sudden movement. Jumping into strenuous exercise with stiff muscles can lead to unnecessary strains. A slower approach respects this transition, giving our muscles time to wake up and respond more safely. What's the alternative? We ease into our routine. Start with gentle stretches, or take a light walk to encourage blood flow and loosen the joints. This warm-up period gives our bodies the chance to wake up fully, letting our heart rate rise naturally and allowing us to reach our best performance when we move into more challenging exercises. With a little patience, we avoid potential harm and make each workout safer and more effective. How do we warm up in the mornings? Do we take a moment to stretch or ease in before going full throttle? Share your tips, and let's talk about staying active while keeping our bodies safe. The transformative power of a mindful morning routine ***. Let's consider what it means to start each day with care. Mornings are the foundation upon which our entire day rests. Small, thoughtful changes to this time can have a profound effect on our health, vitality, and even longevity. When we wake up slowly, nourish our bodies, hydrate properly, and move with intention, these habits do more than just make mornings easier. They build resilience and well-being that last a lifetime. Simple actions taken in those early hours can influence how we feel not only today, but as we grow older. Now, let's look at how we begin our mornings. Are our routines helping us or holding us back? Is there a habit we keep that could be harming our health? Change begins with these questions. If we're open to small adjustments, we can make mornings healthier and more fulfilling. Why morning choices matter more over time. As we age, our bodies become increasingly sensitive to our daily choices. Those early morning habits we may have once brushed off, like skipping breakfast, ignoring hydration, or rushing into activity, can start to affect us more significantly. For those of us over 60, these choices become even more impactful. Habits like rushing through breakfast or starting exercise without warming up may feel manageable now, but over time, they can add to chronic health concerns. Think about conditions like heart disease, joint pain, and diabetes. They often stem from small, repeated patterns. Our mornings are an opportunity to nurture our health before the day fully begins. Habit 1. Adapting our mornings to aging bodies. Aging brings changes in recovery and resilience. Our bodies no longer bounce back as quickly, making hydration, nutrition, and gentle movement essential. By focusing on a few mindful adjustments to our routines, we set ourselves up for a healthier future. We don't need to overhaul everything at once. Starting with one small change can be impactful. Maybe it's a glass of water first thing upon waking, or taking a few moments to breathe deeply before rising. Over time, these steps become second nature, forming a morning routine that supports our well-being. The ripple effect of a slower start. One simple, powerful shift is learning to ease into the day. When we rise gently, we allow our bodies to transition smoothly from rest to activity, minimizing sudden changes in heart rate and blood pressure. Studies show that those who wake slowly experience fewer cardiovascular strains, a benefit that's especially valuable for older adults. For anyone managing heart conditions or blood pressure, this can be a game changer. Instead of shocking our systems awake, we give them time to adjust, creating a gentler, healthier morning experience. Mental clarity through mindful mornings. Waking slowly doesn't just benefit our bodies, it sets a peaceful tone for the day. Rushing activates stress hormones like cortisol, which can lead to feelings of urgency and even anxiety. By contrast, a calm start fosters mental clarity, preparing us for whatever lies ahead. A few extra minutes spent waking slowly can become an act of self-care, aligning with the Stoic ideal of calm, purposeful action. Try setting the alarm a bit earlier, allowing those precious moments of peace before beginning the day. The impact of this single change can be remarkable. A journey toward healthier mornings. What's one thing we'll start doing differently tomorrow? Share it in the comments so we can inspire and encourage one another. Mornings are some of our most precious moments. With a few mindful changes, we can protect our health, nurture our energy, and greet each day with intention. Life is made up of small moments, and these first ones hold incredible potential. By transforming them, we shape a life that's vibrant, joyful, and full of possibility. A call to connect ****. If you enjoyed these insights, let us know in the comments. Share a 2 if you found this valuable, or a 7 if you think we can make it even better. Don't forget to subscribe to Go Her Journey for more health and wellness tips designed to enrich your life. What's the first thing you'll change about your morning routine? Let's take these steps together toward a healthier future. The power of small steps over time. Our morning routines may seem like small choices, but over time, they add up to big results. Health is often built on small, steady habits rather than drastic changes. And as we grow older, these routines help us thrive, shaping how we feel today and how we live tomorrow. By focusing on small, mindful adjustments, we create a healthier, more resilient life, one morning at a time. Habit 2. The power of morning hydration. Starting our day with water is more than quenching thirst. It's about revitalizing every cell. After a night without fluids, our body craves hydration to kickstart essential functions. Drinking a glass of water first thing is like giving our body an early boost. It's simple, yet it primes us for the day ahead. The impact of morning hydration. When we drink water upon waking, we do more than hydrate. We wake up our metabolism, giving it the fuel it needs after a night of rest. Think of it as oil for an engine, keeping everything running smoothly. Water helps flush out toxins, balance fluids, and prepare our digestive system. Staying hydrated also supports blood pressure regulation, heart health, and kidney function. And yes, studies even suggest it sharpens our mind, enhancing focus and clarity throughout the day. Hydration's importance as we age. Aging can dull our sense of thirst, making hydration critical. Older adults often face higher dehydration risks, which can lead to dizziness, fatigue, and kidney issues. Morning hydration is a simple way to combat these risks. Starting each day with a full glass of water, perhaps with a slice of lemon, adds detoxifying benefits. This small habit can have a big impact. Habit 3. Skipping breakfast. Skipping breakfast isn't just about hunger. It's about missing the fuel our body and brain need to start strong. After hours of fasting, our body craves nutrients. Without them, metabolism slows, energy dips, and our body begins conserving fuel, which can lead to weight gain and a higher risk of diabetes. Breakfast's role in metabolism and brain health. Eating in the morning wakes up our metabolism. It prevents sluggishness and primes us to stay active. Breakfast isn't just fuel for the body, it's essential for the brain. Studies show that breakfast eaters perform better on tasks involving memory and concentration. Without breakfast, brain fog, irritability, and poor decision-making can set in. Why older adults need breakfast. Aging slows metabolism, making breakfast crucial. Older adults who skip breakfast risk fatigue, muscle loss, and cognitive decline. Starting with something small, a piece of fruit or a handful of nuts, can make a difference. Gradually, breakfast can expand to include oatmeal, eggs, or avocado toast, nourishing us for the day. Habit 4. Intense morning exercise. Exercise is vital, but timing and intensity matter. Jumping into strenuous exercise right after waking can strain a body that's still transitioning from rest. For older adults especially, this approach can lead to injury and stress on the heart. Risks of intense early exercise. Upon waking, our muscles are stiff, blood flow is slower, and our heart rate is low. Diving into intense exercise without warming up can strain joints and increase cardiovascular risks. It's better to start slow, giving our body time to adjust. A gentler start. Begin with gentle movements like a walk or stretching. After warming up, we can ease into more intensity if we wish. A 10 to 15-minute warm-up is ideal, helping to prevent injury and keep our body safe. The long-term benefits of healthy morning habits. These small shifts in our routine don't just improve our mornings. They set the foundation for long-term well-being. Morning habits shape our energy, focus, and resilience over time. As we age, maintaining vitality becomes essential, and these habits are key. Starting each day mindfully, through hydration, a nourishing breakfast, or gentle exercise, gives our body what it needs to thrive. These practices require little effort yet bring lasting rewards, enhancing our health, cognitive function, and quality of life. In the journey of aging, they are tools for strength and longevity. Each day, we shape our lives through the simple choices we make. If living a long, healthy life is important to you, there's no better moment than now to begin. A few small shifts in your morning, waking up calmly, sipping a glass of water, having a nourishing breakfast, and gently moving your body, can be powerful acts of self-care that strengthen your health and elevate your well-being. It's not about perfection. It's about small, consistent progress that builds lasting rewards for your body and mind over time. If you enjoyed this message, tap the like button, and if these insights spoke to you, drop a 2 in the comments. Think there's room for improvement? Leave a 2 instead. We appreciate your feedback, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on living a fuller, healthier life. What's one small habit you'll start tomorrow morning? Let's share our ideas below and support each other on this journey toward better health.